On today's episode, we finally finish this remount turbo kit completely front to back.
Alright, so we've been milking this cow long enough. It's time to actually get it done.
Yeah, that is true.
We were trying, in the best interests of like getting regular content out, we've just been sort of separating it a little bit and showing you what we've been doing as we've been doing it. But enough's enough, mate. We've got to finish this cooler pipe off so we can say that the fabrication part for the turbo kit is complete.
Yes, for the turbo kit, besides the oil, because I've got to do the full
That's a
tank
whole other fucking mountain.
That's not really part of the turbo kit, is it?
No, not really. I mean, you can get oilless turbos now.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, but I digress. So we made it up to about here with the charge pipe. That's obviously the exhaust going to the turbo. That's the charge pipe. And we need to get it up through the wheel arch behind those coilovers, which you can see us install those in the previous video. And it's got to be between that tiny little gap. Going to go across the cooler.
Obviously.
And through that guard and into the engine without anyone knowing it's there.
Yeah.
Should be easy.
Yes, we got to complete that stealth package.
Yeah, and we are unwavering on that point that this will be stealth.
Yeah.
We've come this far, we're not going to fuck it up now.
That's it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Looks like we've got heaps of room off the fridge.
Easier or harder than you expected so far?
Easier?
Yeah. I think kind of got a little bit lucky through here.
Make it look like luck.
Yeah. You create your own luck by hard work, you know? That's what we tell ourselves.
We, it's pretty tight. It's probably a bit tighter than I thought it was through here. When we had the wheel on, I'm sure you caught a glimpse of me with the wheel sorted out both extremities there. There's really not a lot of room between the tyre and the wheel. It's a bit tighter than I thought it would be, so I think we got lucky in the fact that I didn't have to have 3 goes at the angle, the approach angle that I've had. It sort of just worked out with where I'd cut it earlier, so I didn't hit the header. It kind of worked out nice. I didn't have to root around with that too much. So
yeah, I'm
happy with that. We've just slapped standard bends in here. This is a 45 and that's a 90. I've just been playing with the leg lengths. It's pretty tight on the front side as well.
We were a little bit worried about those, like the steering arms and the tie rod ends as well at one point.
Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be close to the steering there.
Just lucky this isn't going to be like super hot.
Yeah, we might need to do a custom brake line to come on this side because the hole for the original one is kind of pretty close to where we've gone past. So we might need to, which we probably will anyway, just to get a new brake line and we'll run it where we want.
This is probably one of the hardest bits from here. Now, obviously, we've got the when you go lock full left, the tyre sort of wants to be pretty close through here, but it almost looks like we've almost got a straight run sort of from there to a tight 90 on the intercooler. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's pretty close to a straight run. So if we go straight at it, there's less work for me in the fact that I don't have to do another dog leg, but there's more chance of when that wheel comes through, because we're probably going to lower this a little bit more again, it's going to be close for clearance at full lock. So
Yeah, so you got to check it here in the air and on the ground, but then even when it's on the ground, you still got to take into account some suspension articulation as well.
yeah, that's right. Everything from here back I'm really happy with so far. I haven't mapped out exactly where I'm going to do my mounts and stuff. I think some are going to be nut-surted into the chassis. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty straightforward, really.
Yeah, and considering it's a pretty long run, like the turbo's all the way back there, so you got and we've got a couple of silicon joins in the middle, so you got a lot of flexibility, but it's sitting pretty nicely.
I'm going to cut it straight now, and we'll sort of mock it up, and I'll drop the car back on the ground. I'll just have a look and see if I'm happy with it. If the juice is worth a squeeze, I'll put a little bit of a dog leg in there just to gain a little bit more clearance. But if it looks like it should be okay, we'll just send it. We can always change it later on if we need to.
When Kurt says send it, that's when I get excited, because that means we're actually going to make progress without mucking around too much. Close but no cigar.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sneak a little bit out of the leg length this way, just to bring it. So basically, this is the intercooler, and this is where it goes on the car. That's my dog barking. So I'm basically just going to try and bring it in a little bit this way. So I'm going to cut a little bit off this leg length here, and we'll have another look. And I'll just put like a lazy tack on there, drop it down, and see what it looks like. And if it looks like it's going to be all right, we'll leave it. But if not, I'll do the double dog leg move.
Nice. And if you need another dog leg, just hack one off the one that's barking.
Yeah.
It's only ever when you hit record. They're quiet. They're quiet 9 times out of 10. But now look, see? Yeah, there they go.
That's it.
It doesn't hit. I think we got about 30 mil clearance.
I think that'll be all right, eh? That's full lock. Even if we drop it down 2 inches more, you're not getting that much closer.
I reckon that's good.
Yeah, I think that'll be okay.
I think that'll do it. Well, that turned out a lot easier than we first anticipated.
Yeah, there's enough room, so we're golden.
Just got to check that he's going to be happy with the fit up. That's one of the most crucial things with Ali, hey, is just making sure that your fit up's real good.
With anything, but for me, especially aluminium, but yeah. With anything you're doing with welding, the fit up, all the work you do before you light up is what makes for a good job, really.
Yeah.
In my opinion, anyway.
What would you know?
If you're really, really good and you're doing it all the time, you'll be able to have a dog shit fit up and probably still make it look good. But if you're just dabbling, get a good fit up makes it easier. Get a good job.
Grab the hot glue gun, baby, and tack her up. Oh, how exciting. key to alley welding, acetone, acetone, acetone.
Clean, clean, clean.
Next alley welding tip, you got fit up, you got cleanliness, and then you've got comfort.
Look at you go, eh?
I'm like a tutor at this point. I've watched like 8,000 hours of it.
Certified expert.
And we both had dinner. Now we get the joyous part of removing the intercooler so that we can put that elbow on.
I hate that job.
You can see how excited he is. Hey, you're the one that put it in there.
It's
Why'd
lucky.
you make it so fucking hard?
It's lucky it's even in there at all, mate.
Really not that bad to get in and out, really.
Nah, I think getting it in is easier than getting it out.
I mean, it's certainly not the easiest one, but it's not that bad. There you go. She's up in there. Dude. You're like, not as dark, sorry guys, but you're like less than a finger gap there. Less than a finger gap there. Oh, thanks, bruh. Less than a finger gap there. Just get a finger behind there. Just get a finger in there. It's tight, man.
That's one side done.
Yeah.
We've got the easier side to go.
Easy side.
They've all been pretty easy, honestly. Everything's been really easy.
Yeah.
Hasn't really fought me too much, which is nice for a change.
So now we got to go move around to the passenger side, which is where we're going to go up through the airbox, which is there. Obviously this intercooler piping will go from down here, got the cooler, and punch it up through the airbox, and then it'll go across to the throttle body from there. So this also won't be without its challenges. Hey bud, I think this airbox location is probably going to be the most tedious part, getting that mounted so that the top of the airbox, where'd that go?
Over here.
Setting this up in a position where we get a nice little straight run from there to the throttle body, where we can just use one silicon there to make it look stealth. I think that's going to be the tricky part, hey?
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty straightforward though.
Famous last words. Nah, I think we'll be alright.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. Oh, bog chip there. A little bit of bog in there.
Run. you made a mistake. You have to redo that bit.
Which bit?
That bit there.
This
Because
bit?
when you cut it, it had sparks and stuff. Ali don't do that. I think you grabbed the wrong pot.
We're just using what we got.
So I've had a bit of a change of tact here. Obviously this intercooler is a fixed position, so we decided to start at the bit that moves around and head further south. And you've come up with a bit of a brain. Well, we had a couple of ideas on how we were going to get it from the throttle body through the airbox.
Yeah, I don't have a reducer here that we can use to go from 2.5 to 3. I do have a pipe expander, but well, there's more work trying to use that to expand it to get our reducer. So I've got a stainless one that was already cut, ready to go. So
yeah,
this will get done in 2 separate pieces anyway. So it really makes no difference. And we had a leftover stainless bend from the exhaust anyway. So
we're going to go 2.5-inch alley from the cooler to a join under the guard there. Is that right?
yeah.
Yep. And then from that silicon, it'll then be stainless 2.5 up through the airbox to here where we'll use that reducer.
Yeah, so this is going to be in there, and then this piece here will weld sort of straight to that. Yeah,
3-inch. Yeah. So that actually it fits
goes,
like a glove. Look at
yeah,
that.
it fits in there, and then yeah, we'll bring this down and join it into it.
Yeah, and then we'll have 3-inch into the throttle body. So that wasn't really your vision, was it? You wanted a silicon that went all the way and butted up to the airbox here.
Yeah.
But it just didn't quite work out the way. So
Yeah, it's a bit too much rooting around, trying to order, and it's a funky bend, and it's also this outside diameter is 80mm, and then this is 76. Yeah, it's just a bit of rooting around. This will be fine. We'll weld it all up and maybe paint a bit of satin black on it or wrinkle black or something, and it should blend in pretty well, I think.
I don't think it's going to be too offensive. We sat the engine covers on there, and like we've got to be mindful that there's still got to be a thermo fan and a fan shroud, and there's still some stuff that's going to clutter this engine bay up, which will take your eye away from that there's literally what, 50mm of pipe that you're going to see. That's our starting point. So now that we know that we can get from the throttle body to that flange on the airbox, now we can work on figuring out where we're going to route the pipe through the guard there and down towards the join, where we'll then run alley from there to the cooler.
Good.
The whole idea is you can see there will be no weld in that gap there. You'll see it just in there, but we'll have that linished, but there's no joins in the middle here. Turbocharged, officer? I don't know what you're talking about.
Not the neatest job, eh? Bit of a hot tip, add some value here to this somewhat boring video. If you're working by yourself, like I am a lot of the time, quite often don't have Jeff here when we're doing projects.
And even if Jeff is here, he ain't that much help.
Yeah, he's holding that camera there, so his hands are busy. Something that might make your life a little bit easier when you're playing with stainless, and Ali as well, but Ali's a little bit trickier, is if you spend a good amount of time, you'll see in the videos where I'm sort of squaring off all my cuts that I've done with the angle grinder. I square them off, try and get them nice and flat to get like a literal perfect fit up. With the TIG torch, you don't necessarily need to have your filler and your TIG torch all tied up at once. If you can put it in a vise and let gravity hold it there for you, that's all well and good, but quite often with piping you can't. You'll have bloody leg lengths here and there, so you can set your TIG a little bit hotter than what you would when you're normally welding it. I usually set for hot tacks around, 60, 70 amps and have the downslope turned right off. So as soon as you take the pedal or the switch off, it turns off straight away, and you can hold your pipe, and it has to be touching. Like even a half a mil gap is you're going to struggle to make this technique work. But if you've got it fit up really nice, even in a few spots, you can hold it, lean your torch on like this. If you're a real rebel, you don't even have to have a helmet on, although I would recommend doing it. You can lean it on there like that, run your tungsten really, really close, and just give it a one quick blast with, say, 70 amps. This is 1.6 like stainless tube, so try 60 or 70 amps. One real big hot blast, and you'll get a nice tack on there, which then will allow you to be able to sort of hold the leg lengths, and you're not trying to necessarily utilize, say, these clamps. You won't always have these. These are a good thing as well, but if you don't have these, which most don't, that's a little tip for you anyway. Oh yeah, make sure your tungsten's sharp too. Sharp and clean makes all the difference. Nearly done, mate. Nearly home and hosed.
And from the top, if I reach up there, look, she looks good. You could barely even tell. Once we put a little bit of black on that, you are barely going to notice that is even a thing.
No. You'll know if you've watched this video. You probably won't know.
So where are we at now? We got to get from there down to the intercooler here. Now, yes, stainless is different. No, it doesn't cool air quite like Ali does, but if the air hasn't cooled down in that long run of Ali from the back to the front and then across the intercooler core, that last like 400 mil of stainless isn't going to make an ounce of difference, I promise.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ball point, you know it's knockin'. I'm not the same. Think the money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang, think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm just playing in the cut, I got my Vans on. I'm not selfish, I get on to put my mans on. Always greedy since the day I got my first 8. 5'7", but I'm 6'8" when I stand on the money pals. Need a money counter, I broke my thumb from thumbing down. Wifey on my line, she told me to dumb it down. Mama on my line, asking how I'm dumbing now. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'.
Mate, it has been a hot minute.
Sure has.
If been following our socials, or if you listen to podcast 13, you'll know that I've been a little bit MIA lately. So if you want to get the down low on that, do go and listen to the podcast. It's about 2/3 of the way in or thereabouts. If you want to skip all the rest of it because you don't care. But yeah, I've been out of action for a little bit. However, Kurt has continued to dredge on. Give me the 411.
So
Where I left you, we had just tacked this pipe together, which we can now see is fully welded, and look at that monstrosity of a blow-off valve. Holy shit.
yeah, that fits in there real good. So that's all welded. So it's basically turbo kit is fully done besides oil control. So we need to get some oil there and some oil back.
Yeah.
But as far as manifolds, piping and all that, it's all mounted, wastegate's done, all the fun stuff. So it's really good.
So in my absence, Kurt has then welded out all the pipes from front to back. We've made sure that we got mounts on all of them. So it is hard mounted to the body actually, which is good. It's not going to rattle or bang or anything like that. And we finally put the wastegate on down at the back of the turbo there.
All the mechanics that need to be on it are on it and
Yeah.
finished. So yeah.
From here, like I say, we do have an oiling system to do, but before we do that, we also need to fill a giant void down the back there.
Yeah, this thing runs on fuel, and
Yeah.
we have no tank.
No capacity, yeah.
No tank yet, so that'll be the next task, is to knock up a fuel tank for it.
That's right. And a stock tank isn't going to fit there, obviously, because one, the spare wheel well's been chopped out, and two, there's a turbo in the way. So
Yeah, build it from scratch. There's a fair bit of room back there, so come up with a bit of a mounting solution. I haven't figured out exactly what we're doing there yet, but we'll get through it. But yeah, no, that'll be good. We're getting kind of close to the end of the fab stuff. Heaps of
Yeah.
little tiny annoying bits, which actually take most of the time, but yeah.
And it's probably like that meme, you know, when the dude like crests the little hill and then there's like a giant mountain afterwards. That's probably where we're at. But it feels like, you know, it's a nice instant gratification, you know, like there's jobs that when you start them and you finish them and you see a massive amount of progress, because some of these jobs you don't see progress, but we definitely have here,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
just a
satisfying.
thing to cross off the list fully, you know. So
Yeah. Of course, pump, we've got those Shockworks coilovers in there, which gave us the room that we needed to get through that tight space. But let's just have one last look through here. If you didn't see before, yeah, we've got the hard mounts, a couple of silicons, obviously, so that we've got some movement, and another mount down the back here. Anything you would have done differently if we were going to start again?
no,
No, I wouldn't have thought so either.
no, it's all really straightforward. Fits good, nice and high.
Yeah, well that is one awesome thing. Hard to tell when it's not on the ground, but look at how tight all of that is to the body.
Yeah, it's only a 2.5 inch pipe, so it's really easy to get heaps of clearance.
Yeah.
So yeah, once this thing's slammed on its hole, it shouldn't have any issues with ground clearance. I think we should still be able to get our 100 mil or close to it.
And it will be slammed on its hole.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, that's it from us for now, guys. As I say, I'm going to be a little bit vacant for the next couple of weeks, although Kurt is already starting on the fuel tank and starting to film that episode as we go. So I've got something to work with while I'm away. I'll be tapping away on the keyboard to keep myself sane.
Yeah.
But thanks to all you guys for all your kind words so far for my little fella, and like just supporting the channel and being so patient with us and whatever else. It's been quite humbling actually. So if you'd like to support us even further, you don't have to, but if you would like to, torqhub.com.au, you can get one of those or one of these or one of those. You can't get one of these, so these were limited edition.
That's it. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.